Been having some issues with my 2011 Lincoln MKS EcoBoost with the adaptive headlights. The passenger side one had flickered off and actually got me pulled over and got a warning. And I decided I was going to replace them with LEDs. They use a D3S LED bulb replacement. I'll post what I used in the link below. And I can show you kind of how you need to replace them. In theory, you can potentially do it from inside under the hood and get to them, but it's pretty easy to remove the bumper. I'll show you kind of how you access it from the hood and then how to remove the bumper from it. On the passenger side, it's here, kind of behind the windshield washer and part of the intake. If we can get in here, essentially the easiest way is in right here. You can. This is why I don't think it's the easiest way. You can kind of get in there and see where I've taken that cover off. You can see the bulb. These are the actual covers here. They just pop off. Over here on the air filter side, it's actually probably a little bit easier. You can see there the bulb, but yet again not super simple. So I can show you how else we can take this entire bumper cover off, and then the headlights. Underneath, I put it on jack stands. Find it a little bit easier for me. Oh, zoom out. There is a 8mm bolt. Goes here, 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 and then there'll be one on each side underneath here. And then there'll be these plastic rivets that are reusable. There is 4 of those. Those are easily done, as I can show you here. You can just loosen it, some with the screwdriver, being gentle. And then I have a trim kit I got from Amazon. You just pull that up, and that will actually loosen this. You can take them out. Same thing underneath. On top, there'll be 10mm sockets here. I'm going to leave those on last so I can kind of pull it all off at once. Here in the wheel wells, it's much easier if you turn the wheel pointing in for access, which means on the other side, when you do it, you'll need to turn the wheel completely the other way so it points in. But there'll be a Phillips here, 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 and then there's one here that holds the edge of the trim, the front bumper to the fender. Once those are out, you should be able to basically get under there. With some force, pop it out. So this is the part that catches the most right here. I think that holds the most of it on. There's a couple pieces here and here that will also kind of help with engagement, but your major sticking point is here. Same thing on the other side. I've already done both of those, so I will remove, I did the other side, I will remove the top part here, and then we'll come back to taking the whole front end off. Okay, I've removed bolt here. These are the 10mm, one here, here, and here. Pulled this plastic out. This one apparently is already broken, so I'm gonna have to see about getting a new one of those at some point to replace it. Essentially now, the whole bumper comes off. We'll need to disconnect right here, the wiring that goes for the fog lights, it runs only from this side across to the other. If you want to take it all the way off, or you can just kind of leave it there, and then we'll work on taking the entire lamp assembly out. Alright, to remove the headlight housing, there's 4 bolts to take off. There is a 13 mil here, another 13 mil way inside there. You'll need a long extension to get to, and when you remove it, be careful you don't drop it because it's never fun to find. Behind this little protective plate is a, let's see if we can get it there, 10 mil right here, and then another 10 mil on the top. Once you remove those, the whole headlight assembly will just slide out. Done this side already to show you. Just those 4 bolts, and the whole headlight assembly comes out. Here you can see turn signal if you need to ever replace that. This is the brains here for the wire. If you ever need to replace the ballast for an HID, that's right here. And I have potentially, this is actually the issue of why it's flickering, but we'll start with the LED bulbs first. If I need to, I'll come back and remove it later because it's significantly more expensive. And this is your actual xenon bulb here. Turn around. You can see that there is 2 small Torx bits in there. I'll get you the size here in a moment, but that's part of the reason why it's difficult to do in the car, is to even get to those, to remove them and to reinstall. Yet another reason to take it out, you can easily remove these clips. Just twist and take the bulb out from here. If you wanted to replace that, which that looks maybe like that won't be a bad idea for too long, is I dropped one of these minuscule tiny little, they are T10 Torx, inside the headlight housing, and much easier to remove the whole thing, turn it upside down and shake it for it to come out. So now we need to remove this power plug. Again, part of the problem with doing it in the car, we'll just use a flat blade screwdriver, push it off, and that should release it. So I'm actually having a terrible time getting this off inside the headlight housing. It keeps running into something there. There should be access by taking the ballast off here. You could try and get a wrench in to this bolt underneath to take all of those off, or all we have to do is take these 2 hex or T25s. Take these 2 off, this whole thing will come off because it's free over here, and then we should have free access to the ballast. At least I thought so. Yeah, see, it's free. It's just this needs to kind of twist out. It's got a little, like a locking piece here. You need to depress, which I will with the screwdriver, and then it'll come right out. Alright, that's free. Move these 4 screws here. They are 7 mil. now we can pull that cable from, or that connection from in here much easier. It's right there. Okay, we've got that free. This metal retaining clip needs to come off of this and to go onto the new bulb. This is a new LED replacement. You just put the clip back on in the same orientation. Of course, I didn't want to pop on straight. There. We'll put it back in here. Fix that connector into here and put in the two T10s and to fix it back in place. I'd like to make a quick correction. It actually goes on the bottom side as it wants to line up with those two alignment pins before you put the screws in, so please review the orientation here, make sure it goes on the bottom side. Also, I didn't mention it before, whether they're HID, xenons, or these LEDs, you want to keep the bulb itself completely untouched. Well, you definitely want clean gloves on. Make sure that we keep these bulbs clean, because they do run really hot, and any oils or grease on there will burn them out very quickly. I'll put that in and put the screws in, and then we'll make the connection. All right, 1, 2 T10s, connection made. Might actually try and push that down just a hair further. They have very fine pins between these connectors in here, so be very careful. Also getting these screws in, try not to lose them inside, it's no fun. I like to stick the one in the lamp, then you can get that one in, because you have the driver with control, and this one I actually almost went upside down so that the screw would not fall, and you just hold the lamp upside down to put it in. Now we'll go ahead and remount the ballast and the bracket. Not sure how much the camera will show the difference. This is the factory OEM HID, the hair more to a yellow color. This is the new LED, a little more of a blue color. After remounting the bracket, put the lamp back in, just reverse all the procedures to install them. Obviously on the opposite side is the exact same process. Done, put it all back together, and hopefully this will last longer, and I'm hoping I don't have any issues with the ballast, but we will see. I also anticipate probably wanting to change out the turn signal bulbs, probably switching those to LEDs too, because they look cool, they're brighter, and hopefully you don't have to do all this work to rip the front end off your car on a regular basis. So thanks. If you appreciate this video, like, comment, share, and I appreciate it. Thank you.